we're going to talk about head ramp today, but with a focus on the jaw and the TMJ, the temporomandibular joints, which are the joints on either side of your jaw here. So let's start by reviewing the head ramp. I'm going to turn to the side. Now, a lot of times we get our head kind of stacked over our rib cage by lifting the whole rib cage. So the bottom ribs kind of lift up and forward and flare out, and the top of the rib cage moves back. And that allows us to look like we have good posture with our head stacked kind of directly vertically over our rib cage. But the rib cage is tilted. So find your bottom ribs, place your fingers or maybe your thumbs on your bottom ribs, and then your middle finger on the top bone that projects out on the front of your pelvis. And you're going to allow your bottom ribs to drop until those bones are lined up vertically. One is stacked over the other. So you can see that when I bring my ribs down, my head moves forward. And if I keep my eyes at the horizon level, my head actually ends up being in this kind of chin lifted, eyes at the horizon position. And my jaw is retracted or receding. So this is that dreaded forward head that nobody wants to have. We kind of associate it with our computer work. So you can tell with the ribs down and my head forward that my jaw is kind of sliding back. So if I ramp my head, now it's called a head ramp because the direction is up and back. If I slide my head up and back without moving my rib cage, I'm actually bringing my jaw and my skull back towards my jaw. So the whole head moves down in the front from this up kind of chin high position, ribs down, chin high position, to a chin down, eyes level position. And I'm bringing my head kind of over my bottom jaw. So my teeth are in that better occlusion. Okay, so that's my head ramp currently. I can't go any more than that. I'm gonna run into the tissues at the back of my neck or lengthen as much as they can go. So now we're gonna work on our jaw and using our tongue. We're going to open the TMJ and we're going to try and increase our head ramp. So let's do this. Now this is difficult to demonstrate and talk at the same time. So I'm going to talk you through it and then I will demonstrate it. So what we're going to do is take our tongue and we're going to poke our tongue into the side wall of our cheek. And so to do that you have to open your mouth, but don't open it excessively. Just open it enough to get your tongue on the other side of your teeth and poke it into the cheek so it looks like this. All right, if you can see it. Now you'll notice when you poke your tongue into your cheek that it drags your jaw along with it. So if you look closely, you'll see my jaw move. In this case, I'm going to the left. And then try that to the right. And your jaw probably moves to the right. Okay? So that's good. We want the jaw to move because the tongue is attached and it will pull it over because that helps open the jaw. So in this case, if I move my tongue to the left, it opens the jaw on the right side. And if I move my tongue to the right, it opens the jaw on the left side. Okay. So now we're going to make that exercise a little harder. We're going to add some resistance that your tongue has to press against. We're going to use our own hand against the side of our cheek. So what I like to do is I start with the tongue pressing, is kind of poking it out as far as I can, and then I slowly add my hand to that, the palm of my hand, and I push my tongue. I'm trying to push my tongue back into my mouth, so my tongue has to resist against that. So obviously your hand is much stronger than your tongue, so it's a gentle movement, but you're trying to challenge your tongue. So let's do this. I'm going to take my tongue and poke it into this side first. Try to hold that for about 30 seconds. You might tire sooner, but just go as long as you can, up to about 30 seconds. Okay. And let's do the other side. So I'm going to go to the right. surprisingly hard work. Try to keep your head straight so we're not pushing our head, right? It's movement of the jaw and the tongue. Okay, let's go back to our head ramp and see what happens. Bottom ribs stacked over the pelvis. Slide the head up and back. Teeth are together. Okay, that's my head ramp. So I don't know if I got a lot more range of motion, but it certainly felt easier. I was able to lengthen the muscles on the back of my neck more so. So give that a try. Please let me know how it goes for you. I'd love to hear from you, and thanks for watching.